think I've officially bought the ugliest car I've ever bought. It's a King Midget. I think they stopped making them in '70. I'm not sure when they started. Kind of reminds me of one of those model kits that you buy. You break off the plastic and you put them together. So we can go get that in the dump trailer, go pay for it, so we'll go bring that thing home. It's a peach. So I dragged everything back to the homestead, and I have no idea what we do and do not have. We do have an engine, that's a good sign. It looks like somebody tried taking it apart and restoring it. You see some Bondo on the hood being filled in, and the quarter panels are literally just cut right off the side of the car. On the way home, I also hit a yard sale, and there was a tire for $2. That is the same size as what's on it, because one of the four does not look like the same as the other. You literally could stick your finger through it. So at least you can get it up to the point of being a roller. Let me step back from it a little bit, walk around. So I figure probably what we can do is just maybe we'll mock it up with the parts that are here, and we'll see what we have and what we don't have. I bought it cheap enough. It's not like it's an expensive machine. It was a whopping $400. I think that was quite fair. Some of you may disagree, but that's all right. Got a windshield is sitting on the hood. I should probably move that out of harm's way. But let's go dig through this pile. I'm not sure if I'm going to take you through all of it, but we'll start assembling things. If I can't figure it out, I'll bring you along and see if we can figure it out together. So the engine looks to be a Wisconsin. I think it's I want to say 10 horse. I'm not sure. I'm also not sure what year it is too. That probably ID what year the chassis is. I got the VIN number off the chassis, but I was not able to find any sites that told me what year it is. You know, maybe that motor will be able to tell us. I call that the transmission, or most of it. Seems to have a gearbox lever attached to it right in here. And I think it runs 2 pulleys on the side, and it has like a automatic 2-speed. Again, that's a guess on my part. Bunch of hardware, miscellaneous. And then gas tank. Gas tank looks like it sits right in that cradle right there. And we have, I'm going to call those rear fenders. They're looking kind of rough. Looks like somebody took a bit and drilled them out. Then the front fenders look much better than the rear. I think that's the rear hatch. I think that's going to be the floor. Don't know where that goes yet. Maybe under the dash. There's the dash. Well, 2 gauges of it. And I think 60 miles an hour is wishful thinking, and it has, what do we got? 2,491 miles, 0.1. Some more hardware. Actually, this looks like the steering box. That's what the true name of a steering box, because it's actually a box. Some brake parts. Headlight. We got 2. He has one down there. Looks like he uses VW directionals for the front fender. Don't know what that is. We think that is a wiper motor, maybe? There's nothing sticking out of it though anywhere. Looks like it's like a slide down the road too, huh? Mirrors, a horn. I think it's a fairly basic car. There's not much to it. Windshield gasket, and another box of, that might be a wheel cylinder or something. Brake shoes. Brake shoes with cloth attachment. attached to them. That's different. And a couple other miscellaneous pieces. All right, I'm going to start assembling and just hanging pieces on and tie wraps or whatever, and just see what we have, and then we'll get a better idea of what we're missing on it, especially on the drivetrain side of it. The metal parts we can kind of make, but if we're missing stuff on the drivetrain, that's where it's going to get a little pricey. They sure take up a lot of room when they're all taken apart, don't they? Well, any flat surface definitely turns into a workbench. It's got plenty of those. So it's like a tie wrap and a screw here. Just throwing the fenders on. A drunken headlight. And the front looks pretty decent as far as what it has for metal. And then it just goes south back here. And that's what they cut off. I don't quite get what the point was. I can see maybe there was a little around where the fender was, but why would you slice up like 2/3 of the quarter panel and cut that off of there? Strange. Same on the other side. So it's got more rot between where the quarter was and the fender was. Shove that transmission in there. I don't know which direction it goes. It's got the output or sprocket that has to go back to this wheel. And I don't know if that gets mounted the other way around where it sits up on top or it hangs below. But for now, we're going to leave it right there. There is a shift rod that looks like it goes down underneath. I don't know if I have all the linkage or not, though. It's that thing hanging down there. And it has like a little baby Herc shifter handle on it right there. So I figured that'd be forward and reverse. Forward, neutral, and reverse, maybe. Haven't figured out where this goes yet. I just don't know. And I put the cradle in. It's got the swinging cradle. And the back sits on like rubber bushings. And that's what the engine sits on. And the rest of this whole assembly is the suspension going up and down, where this kind of stays with the frame. That whole part plus the transmission cause it to float while the engine is fixed. I don't know, it's not like the belts need to change size, I don't think. So I don't know what ties the two of them together or what keeps this from just flopping around yet. Well, I guess we'll figure that out. What we got to do? Let's always drop the engine in, but we're going to wait on that because it's a tad on the heavy part. Don't have a steering wheel set up on it yet. And we have, what's this piece of metal? Where do you think that goes? Looks like it was bolted on, yeah, one section anyway, or screwed. And what do you think that is, like a trunk latch maybe? I go on the rear. Back here. That's way too tiny. A door. Kind of small for a door, isn't it? Yeah, maybe it's a door. What's left of a door. The other side, maybe. Be that side because the angle will be better. And we have this. My guess is it's like a pedestal for a seat. I thought it was for windshield or the hood. Like it would have that right curve. Slick, huh? Kind of matches. Like, does it go somewhere on the, up against the windshield maybe? No, because it's got those tabs. Won't allow it to drop in. What else we got? Horn, flex line. I would definitely say that's not for it. It's air cooled. Some brake hardware parts. What's inside here? $1 million. Screws and hardware and brake clips and a spacer of some sort. Another steering knuckle. Maybe that's for the shifter. Or from the, you know what that'd be? From the steering box to the rack of some sort for the front. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. Hey, what are they? I have a feeling they do not belong to this project. Okay. Pedal. I would say that would be probably a brake pedal. Do we have a gas pedal? Go take a peek out back, see if those boxes have that. Found it. It is sitting right here. Wrapped around. Let's see if that piece of wood, my guess is the floor. Actually, does that? No. See if that piece went down there. Yeah, let's go grab that piece of floor, see if that is the section for here. So that's this plastic bag or plastic bags hanging off the side. I say we go investigate what is inside there. I would think it's all wiring. What there is of wiring. I don't know, I see some hardware or something. Oh, there's a key switch. Bunch of switches. Bag probably held the water in. Yeah, looks like, yeah, let's see, that's our whole dash assembly. Yeah, what's that? Our directional unit. What's the name of that? She's a peach. Key switches. Either 2 or 3 wires, so I think we can get around that fairly easy. You see it? Look up. You got a flasher. Key switch. It's probably horn. Or start. Might be start. And then this guy's probably headlights. And I don't know. Neutral safety switch light. What you guess? I still do not know where this goes. Bring it around. That. Kind of a guess. I'm thinking it's like for the seat, some fashion that held part of it, but it just doesn't seem like it lines up with anything. Wherever you put it, you think some of the holes that are on it would line up to, you know, some other kind of bracketry or I'm looking for the double set of holes on something somewhere. Give me a witness mark. I just don't see it. All right, how about take the forklift, and you wrap a chain on that, and shove it in there, and see what things look like. All right, I think I'm getting warm. I'm wondering if it has to do with the top, and the top folds down, it gives like a boot to hold into, or for the fabric to wrap around that way, or I would figure probably more the other way, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna say, and it actually looks like hinges mounted to it. I don't see, where would they go? They line up to one. I think you catch one bolt on each side. I think we got it. Yeah. There you go. That stiffens up the body a little bit too. All right, another piece of the puzzle. And a gas tank, I would guess. Which way is he going to hang? To the left or to the right? Do you hang to the left or do you hang to the right? So that is my guess at the moment. Actually, if you flip it the other way, because that's the stains where the strap is, right there. That's about right. Hard to tell. What else do you want to put on there? What else we got? I think we just got maybe the sheet metal for up top. I think we know. We just talked about this. Guesstimating right about there. Grab the hatch on the back, see what that looks like. Pretty good. So that's what hasn't been put on yet. I'm not quite sure what these would be. Gas tank already has straps holding it. Maybe it's they actually painted it the same color as the brake drums. Maybe it has something to do with those. Mounting to the axle, maybe. I don't know. Let's go grab one and walk over. See, plug wires, air cleaner, battery cables rather, plug wires. Bunch of hardware, brakes, hardware, more brakes. Got power brakes. And steering box. I think that's an extra front grille. Not sure. Steering wheel. I do not know what the steering wheel hangs from. I do not see. It might be just hardware. Actually, you know what it might do? It might come off of that directional. Something's got to support it from hanging under the dash. Some kind of bearing for up top. No, that bolts to the column. with that clamp. What is that? Is that how it cancels the directionals out? It's like a kicker wheel. What do you think that is? Let's go find out. Yeah. Never seen that before. It rubs on the column as you turn the column. It turns the cancels the directional back out again. Huh. Yeah, we don't have anything to. There's like a bracket that hangs right here. I have not seen that. I have not seen a sprocket for that rear brake drum. Chain, not worried about a chain. And it has a double pulley set up for the transmission. The other pulley is over there, but it looks like it's missing something. Should have showed it earlier. This block right here has like a big pin that looks like it pops out and catches a cog on the larger pulley. Like one can run up to so much speed. Once it gets so fast, the other one kicks in. That's a guess. I don't know. And it has like double clutches, it looks like, on the engine. Each one of those looks like its own centrifugal type of clutch. Different. No seat or hardware. No doors. I don't think it's gonna be all that hard to make though. We have the glass, we have the seal for that. No tail lights. I don't think they're anything spectacular. See anything else missing? Besides the rest of a car? For a 500-pound car? Top, of course. I don't know. I think we should maybe see what we got for an engine. So that latches. How do you unlatch that? How are you supposed to unlatch that? So that would lift up. You'll flip it right over on itself. That's how it's spring loaded. I see some sort of support is supposed to go here. I know the engine rocks on a cradle. Something's got to dampen that though, right? Something's got to be, maybe the belts, just the weight of the belts hanging on it. It seems like it is far back. Nah, because if you brake check, it's going to just swing forward. Yeah, I wonder if something went here. At some point I'll look up pictures of one online, but where's the fun of doing that, right? Fix the puzzle yourself. What about, we said this is probably steering, right? Did we think that was steering? No, maybe that's it right there. It's got a little dampener on it. What would that go into? See a hole right there. What if that was that end of it? So if that was, see if it fits. Does it fit? There we go. And there's another hole right here. There you go. There's answering our question right now. If you have to crush that down, or is that broke off? And that'll be just a little bit of play. Not sure what direction it goes. It's probably the other way around. I don't think that bolt would be so close to the. And that's what you would tension the belt with again, I guess. You just adjust those two nuts forward and back. It'll let the cradle float one direction or the other. We got a shifter. Looks like it's missing a knuckle of some sort, how that would tie to there. If that was flipped over and that was low, if that transmission was the other way around, That'll put that hanging down below. Let's go see what's on the end of that shift rod. So that just has a flat on it with a hole in the center. Let's go. Does this have a slot in it? Why does it even have tape on it? Yeah, maybe that just bolts right to it. I'm going to try spinning that around so that's facing upward. It kind of makes sense too. Would you not want the sprocket in harm's way? Would you want it up higher? Let's go see if that flips around and if that'll line up to the transmission. Nah, there's not enough room for that to swing underneath. That thickness of that frame where the U-bolt goes through is just too much. There's not enough room between the axle of that transmission and that shift fork. So it's missing something. I would say it was, I don't know. I still don't know. So the shift rod comes back. And I just don't see it. You would think it would be almost straight on. You really... That's all it can go. Can it go straight up? I always move the shifter and come up with it. Can I do that? And if it was spun around, if that was spun around to there, it's kind of pulling on a weird angle though. It's not, maybe that's how it works. Let's go, I'm gonna try rotating that one more time back to where it was. Okay, you're looking straight down on it. So let's go if we were able to bolt that. It's gonna match up to the angle of the bolt, right? That went to there. Let's go, I'm gonna go through one of the clamps on it. Actually, we're gonna get clear. We should. Let's go throw one of the clamps on it. We'll put a bolt in there real quick and we'll just see if that thing shifts at all. You're not going to be able to see the sprocket. It's over here. But let's, so right now I'm spinning it. Actually, we'll go this way? And nothing is happening to the sprocket. There's no output. Let's go lift up on that shifter. It's going backwards right now. Still going backwards. Neutral. So I got a neutral. I have reverse. I still have reverse. Ah, there it goes. I wonder if it's, you shift 2 gears forward, and I'm just spinning it the wrong way. Am I spinning it? Yeah, I am. So that's what's going on. Let me go reposition you. Not sure what you can see. The sprocket is right there. That's what we're keeping an eye out. Hopefully you can catch the end of it with your eyeball. I think you can barely see it. So this spins this direction. Reverse. Do we have a neutral? I thought we did. So that's all the way down to the floor, all the way out. That appears to be reverse. That seems like first. There's the one in between. There's the neutral right there. And then you got that. And that. I don't see much of a difference between those. And then there's a neutral all the way up. There's a neutral. There's a gear there. And a gear there. That one. And that one seemed to be spinning the same speed. Not quite sure what the deal is with that. Guess we'll find out at some point where we ever put power to it. Just go for it. Well guys, I think that's going to be it for tonight. Just quick, I just want to get an idea what I had to work with. what we need to chase and what we have and what we don't have. That distributor's got a weird looking distributor hanging off the side of the engine. But maybe we'll take that next. We'll pop that back out. We'll see what condition the engine's in, if we can get it to run. The rest of it's just kind of making a bunch of metal parts. It's just what level do you want to take it to? You can make a seat out of something, some wood, some foam, and some bits, top, who knows. But do you want to go through all the trouble of doing all the body work and all the metal and painting it and restoring it? Or not? Or do we just put it together? Weld up what needs to be welded up, clear coat it and run it. I'm not sure yet, not sure where it's gonna go. But for tonight, I'm gonna go kill it. I wanna thank you all for hanging out with me, do a little bit of wrenching and a little bit of gluing back together. Some definitely some rusty junk on this one. Hopefully this kind of comes back and hopefully we can run it around at least. The funny part is that thing is street legal. Can you imagine that? You know, it is what it is. All right guys, with that I'm gonna sign off. Thank you all for hanging out. See you soon. Bye. That's forward. That feels like forward about the same speed. I'm trying to watch the sprocket. Hi. You ready? Dun, dun, dun.